Hello guys, welcome back to blackgirlcouch reviews. I'm your host Christina. We are back finally after some minor technical difficulties involving coffee and my last laptop that was already on its last leg. But enough about that. Let's get into Rick and Morty season 3 episodes 2 and 3. Romancing the Stone was written by Jane Becker and directed by Dominic Pocino. Pickle Rick was written by Jessica Gao and directed by Anthony Chun. I enjoyed both episodes immensely. And after Pickle Rick, I am finally at the point where I do not know any of the episodes coming up. It'll be my first time seeing them. And me and Shai will be on the same page as we do our daily or weekly double dose of this particular show until we are finally all caught up. So Romancing the Stone, I gave a 9.4 out of 10. The kids come back from an adventure and Jerry's just standing there with the moving truck like, I'm on my way now, with this freaking old-timey hat. The best part of this scene is when the wind was like, loser.
What you say? That you only meant well, cause you did. What you say?
I fucking peed my pants. I was laughing so hard. I don't know why that was the scene of the episode, but that was the scene of the episode for me. Because he was just standing there all alone. If you're worried where the kids went, they left with Grandpa. Okay. No one wants you. No one cares. Why are you still standing in this garage, sir? Summer is being very passive aggressive about her parents' divorce, saying, didn't you need me, Grandpa, my help with some adventure immediately somewhere else? As Morty's the only one like, yeah, I hope things work out for you, Dad. You know, we'll still see you on the weekends. Rick said, I did not, but if you're really that alienated, I'm as willing to exploit it as the next guy, church, army, or Olympic gymnastic trainer. Oh, that's recently in the news in case you haven't been paying attention. He's really trying to get his sentence reduced. I'm like, are you out of your mind?
Man, fuck you, motherfucker.
I love this show was years ago, or at least a couple of years ago. But Larry Nassar is still a relevant topic. If you don't know, Google him. They are going into an adventure in a post-apocalyptic world where humans have devolved and are now eating people barbecue style. Would you like a bicep or a forearm? Neither. But if this is all I have to eat, I guess this is what we'll do. They are there to get some fleck of technology that Rick wants, of course. He gets what he needs. There's a chase that ensues. Morty is useless, although Summer is now hardcore and down for the cause as she takes some alcohol, burns it onto the ignition to get it going faster, takes her shotgun out, is able to overturn the car and kill the one guy. She's like, I'm gonna kill you, but not because you asked me to. She wants to stay in this place. Grandpa's concern for her safety is fleeting. But upon realizing that these people can possibly be allies, but more importantly because they now have the entire rock of the fleck of technology he was looking for, he's more than happy to stay for a little while. Summer runs off with human hunting
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Post-apocalyptic folks, dealing with divorce, or the divorce of her parents, while Rick uses Morty to distract the peeps in a fight dome so he can steal the stone. He's got a hard-on for her. He even tried the meat while Morty was sitting there judging him. Like, you really just gonna enjoy that? Well, I mean, I'm hungry. He gives him a super muscle arm because of muscle memory. So a memory, or a muscle having a memory. I thought that was funny, play on words. And he lets loose some repressed feelings about his dad, because at first he's telling people, don't roll up in here. You know, I'm sorry. I can't help what my arm wants to do. But then he starts beating the shit out of this one dude who he told not to come in the ring, because he's like, stop standing there in the driveway looking like weak sauce, be a man. And realizing that he is also working out his issues regarding said divorce, is a little bit more inclined to stay. Grandpa steals the rock and straight up abandoned him in the car. The arm took out the rock like he did, because everybody's like, it's gone. Oh really? We should all search and look for it in groups of 3. Kid's like, I want to stay in this place because it's helping us. And he's like, look, I don't give a shit and I will leave you here. And that's exactly what he does. Summer is trying to dig down her problems while Morty goes on a rampage with his new best friend, best arm friend, who has quite the past of his entire family being slaughtered in front of him. He finds the guy in the crowd that did it and very brutally murders him.
Victory screech!
He tells Rick, this ain't over. I got someone else to square up with, which is the guy in the castle. So apparently there are regular humans running around that are just rich while everyone else is suffering living in a castle. Having boys bathe him, including one that is specifically meant to bathe his penis.
The royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
Rick really made robots, and because Beth is insecure, she thinks she needs to call her husband, thinks she made a mistake, and he's like, I am not here for these problems. Oh, Morty and the arm go handle their business, but before they do, they have this pep talk. But before they have the pep talk, the guy that's about to be murdered, who does not get a vote, literally said the funniest shit. One of the funniest, because the show has a lot of them, right? Slavery was a family business. I didn't ask to be born into it. I'm the victim here.
Why you bullying me? You fucking bitch. Why you bullying me? Why you bullying me, you fucking noob?
You know that's legit how some people in America feel right now. I don't understand why I'm getting this smoke. I'm the victim here. They're writing what we're all thinking. Morty and his arm realize they gotta deal with their problems, and his is killing this man who killed his family. Like, I've done my unfinished business, and then I will go away, which he does as he chokes that dude out. Just strangled him in the bathtub while he was naked. And then there's Rick over there randomly showing up and stealing shit. Like, oh no, y'all can finish doing what you're doing. And he's like, yeah, here's the rock. I'm giving it back to you. It really, you know, how we're reacting is a terrible, because it's not a healthy way to deal with a divorce. And this was to help you bring civilization back, but it was really just to get, instead of telling Summer what to do, because she's in that phase right now, he's just gonna teach her what she needs to learn. So he decides to stay, bring power back, because the other two figured it out very quickly, to civilization, which then normalizes people, which means they're dealing with the same bullshit ideas and concepts. So the neighbors are like, yeah, so you left your shit out. Summer does not like being a wife whatsoever. And very quickly, her and, what was his name? Was it Rampage? Whatever. They have this huge argument. And I'm thinking, like, mother, like daughter. They realize relationships suck. And then he takes civilization away. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't the lesson, but that was what I was learning in it. Morty realizes if he wanted to be there, his father, he would be. And if he can't fight, then that's his problem.
Why are you gay?
Summer runs to her daddy and tells him not to look back, supporting the fact that it's time he left the nest and figure out what the fuck he's gonna do, especially if he ever plans to come back to said nest, which he is needed for. And we'll get to that in the next episode. But she gives him a skull. And she goes, so lots of hookers out here. And he's like, is that what they are?
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
There is a post-credit scene where the universe hates Jerry so much that they have a coyote roll up on him when he's trying to get his unemployment check. And despite one being food and the other being his unemployment check, they have every intention of actually chewing up and spitting out his unemployment check, because that's how much he sucks. This next episode had me deceased though. Pickle Rick.
I'm Pickle Rick!
Rick calls Morty into the garage, which how did he hear him from wherever he was brushing his hair, looking all dapper young man going to a therapy appointment? He's not impressed at all that his grandpa has turned himself into a pickle, because why would you be? It's a pickle. There's nothing special about you. And then he calls him out on changing into a pickle to avoid family counseling, which he agreed to go to a week ago. And he's like, no, this is just coincidental that it's going to take me a whole, few days or months to get this fixed. I was just challenging myself as a scientist. Despite the fact that Morty once again calls him out on having a very clever type of setup there, that gives him a serum that Beth ends up taking. Like, if you don't need this, then I'm just going to take it with me. 911 was an inside job. Was it? Who cares? Global acts of terrorism happen every day. I like the slight of some Americans, I should say, obsession, as if this are one act of terrorism. And I'm not saying you should ever compare acts, but it's not as if it doesn't happen all the time and there is corruption involved, whether or not corruption was particularly involved in that case. And what does it matter? It still has a terrible result. A cat knocks Pickle Rick into the sun to dry out and die. Fortuitously, a thunderstorm knocks him into the sewer system, where I have to watch him kill a fly in vivid detail, which I did not need to see. This is a reminder of that episode that Doom Patrol tried to do, but this in an animated fashion is so much more... it's a better vehicle for it than that show, because that stuff was just foul. The Smith family, minus a dad, is only in counseling because Summer was huffing pottery paint and Morty was pissing at his desk. So she thinks they're there because of their problems. But of course she thinks she's being blamed for their problems because, there's no men in the family there to show up with her. Mr. Goldenfeld is there, and he gonna ask, how long have y'all been eating poop?
Excuse me, bitch?
Summer was all of us. We have never eaten poop. And then you have Morty asking about that, asked about that photo that said courage when the man eating a hot dog, and he's like, what courage do you have to eat a hot dog? But then she changes the photo around, and then he finds the book, and he's like, there's people eating poop in here. Beth doesn't see that she is the villain in this story, and that she is a crutch for her father, who doesn't want to figure out why his daughter is so fucked up, mostly because it's on him, and that's not something he's willing or wanting to talk about right now. And now that it's her and just the kids, there's no buffer of Jerry taking the emotional abuse in lieu of said father, who is killing rats in the sewer and leveling up his body type in the most just insane fashion. But I loved every bit of it. I don't know what it says about me to enjoy this level of violence. It's like Invincible. Like that last scene, I want to be so appalled, but I'm just like, oh my god, this is amazing. Because it's fictional. And it's in a cartoon fashion, so it makes it a lot more okay. Wong, who is being voiced by Susan Sarandon and is also called racist because of her last name is Wong, points out to Beth that the kids are not the problem. She says it looks like Because the kids are immediately like, yeah, our grandpa turned into a pickle. This is what's going on. She wants to focus on the fact that everybody knows what's in the syringe and they know who said father or grandpa is, but they love him regardless. But she seems to be in denial about the man that he is. And she says their dynamic punishes vulnerability and emotions, and that is what eroded your marriage. And she turned around and said, fuck you. Once again, I don't know what this says about me. It's not even because I don't agree, because I'm not the hugest Beth supporter. However, I've been in that moment where someone just calls you flat out on your bullshit and you're just like, fuck you. Also, I'll be back in like 2 days. Does 12 p.m. work for you? The kids are like, Mom, she's like, fuck both of you too. I also was totally on board with Rick being like, God damn it, I love myself. I've been in that moment as well. I was just literally dragging baseball for no reason the other day, cracking myself up to myself. And the whole time I was like, this is why I can be in a relationship with myself. Why I have been in a relationship with myself, because I'm in love. Rick ends up flushed into Russia for some reason, because the sewer systems somehow connect across, a whole ocean, but whatever. He kills 2 men as Pickle Rick. And he's like, let me out. I'm not going to let you out. He's like, especially after you killed my guards. Those guards killed themselves. They wouldn't let me out. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be Putin, but I'm just going to say that looks like younger Putin. They call him Selenia because there's an actual Russian myth about a pickle that is sent to destroy them. Beth says she admires, or she's pointed out that she admires her dad for not needing anyone because it's better than making your problems other people's problems. But that's kind of what the human experience is. I like what they're doing with the story, though. They are starting to draw more parallels between these two characters that have been father and daughter all this time, but we've been focusing on the grandchildren. We've never really had a chance to really get into some father-daughter, even adventure. She's not brought with him, and she wants more than anything to be included. So I wonder going forward if that's going to be something we continue to explore. Jaguar is brought in to take care of Pickle Rick, so they have a showdown. He is voiced by Danny Trejo. Both of them cauterizing the rooms was the best part of that, because that is exactly how they do it in the movies. Summer, because they have to do I statement, says that she isn't suffering because she has a shitty family. She's suffering because she likes to get high, and hopefully one day people will just understand that about her. And Morty legit just forgot to pee, or forgot that pee goes into the toilet. So he's like, my statement is I will not piss at my desk again. Rick finally shows up after he has blown up the entire consulate. He's flown away. He's only 5 minutes away. What the fuck? Maybe it was a consulate he went to the Russian consulate on US soil. There we go. That actually makes a lot more sense. Rick shows up as a pickle at the therapist's office, and she ain't even surprised. Like, you must be Rick. I've heard so much about you. These people seem to love you so much. And Beth finally asked Dad what's in the syringe, and he's like, yeah, so I need it so that I can live. Yes, I tried to avoid this entire thing because I don't fucking like coming to therapist's office where people, may get some shit that they need, but I don't need that. I'm too much of a genius. I have too many multiverses or infinite multiverses of people to love. So what is the point of loving just this one? But she points out that everyone is using his genius as an excuse for him to avoid all work that comes with every interpersonal relationship with everyone, no matter what their IQ is. So I thought he learned a lesson, but apparently he didn't. In the car back, she gives him the serums, not even bothered by her naked dad being in the front seat. The poor kids realize they're living with two megalomaniac narcissists who shun the lessons of therapy, just wanting to get drunk and forget all about it, even though the kids really want to go back, and they look devastated that they were not going to go back. And now it looks like father, like daughter, they're about to devolve into serious alcoholism and emotional abuse, and that's not good for Summer and Morty. So yes, that's a good way to bring Jerry back into it, because it's like, what is the point of Jerry? And sometimes you need a Jerry in your life. I guess that's the lesson. We do have feedback, so let's hop on into the mailbag.
Mail, motherfucker!
Hello, Christina. It is me, Shy. I am here to give my feedback for Rick and Morty Season 3, Episode 2 and 3, I believe. Yes. So, what do I have to say about these episodes? Well, first of all, I tried to watch them last night. I call myself having all this energy, but as soon as I stopped moving and started watching the show, the episodes, I should say, I couldn't even keep my eyes open. So I ended up not watching some of the first one, episode 2, and then I had to call it. And so I continued today after running some errands, and now I'm gonna give you my thoughts. I enjoyed these. I thought these episodes were a lot more gruesome than normal. So I don't know if that's the route we're going with the episodes now, but yeah, it was a lot of blood and guts going on. A lot of blood and guts. So we got the Mad Max themed episode with episode 2, and we see that I guess they're still going through with this divorce thing, at least for now. Jerry moves out and no one seems to give a damn. At least that's how they were coming across originally. But then we see that they were just burying their feelings about the whole divorce thing, and it came out and manifested itself in different ways with Summer and with Morty, even with Rick. Even though he made it sound like, oh yeah, I'm all about Beth getting rid of Jerry, I think deep down inside, he felt some type of way. He had a slight soft spot for Jerry. I'm like, who else is he gonna pick on besides his grandkids? And of course his daughter, which he seems to be very good at doing. But still, there's like another level of fun when he makes fun of Jerry. So he serves his purpose. So we see that them bearing their feelings and they're coming out in unhealthy ways. We see Morty getting injected with this murder arm, I guess is the best way to put it, and that the arm had some unresolved business, and thanks to the arm, Morty's unresolved or buried feelings about his dad, and feeling like his dad is just laying over and not fighting for the family and all that stuff. And then we see Summer, just becoming this, I don't even know what to call it. Murderous person as well. So, she got into the role real quick and in a hurry. She ends up with Hemorrhage. Is that the dude's name? And of course, I'm like, why the hell is his butt showing? Like, please, sir, put on some clothes. And then is anybody else not surprised that his body did not match his face? That was the first thing I was like, as soon as they take off that bucket looking thing, it's going to be disproportionate to, like, what you're envisioning his face should look like. And yeah, sure enough, it was like almost comically so. I mean, like different skin tones. Of course, he has a bucket over his head, so it doesn't get any sun. But still, I mean, it's like, okay, it's like a math teacher face head with a bodybuilder's body. So that was funny. I thought it was hilarious when I forget the guy that was talking about, have you never seen your family burned to death before? Like, really? I'm gonna go with no. Like, that's not something you just see. It's not a normal thing to see, sir. And we see Beth dealing with the android versions of her family because she just can't tell the difference between her real kids, and she's just so checked out because, again, she's distracted as well, dealing with Jerry and, you know, potentially being a single parent and all that stuff. So and then of course we see Morty, robot Morty, wanting to be, I guess, turning into Pinocchio, wanting to be a real boy, and they had to take him out. So that was a fun episode. Then we had this very like bizarre episode 3, Pickle Rick. I'm like, what the hell are we doing? What is going on here? Like, why? Like, Rick, why would you pick a pickle of all things? Just to get out of going to therapy? Like, all the things you could have done to get out of therapy, that's what you decided to do, Mr. Genius? And then you put this plan in place to where the timer would go off 10 minutes after they leave, which is going to inject you with some serum that's gonna, I'm like, that was a way over the top elaborate plan just to get out of therapy. And then I'm like, so many things could have went wrong. And of course, with Morty calling him out, because Morty don't play. And he was cracking me up when he was like, come here, Morty. And then he found out he was a pickle, and Morty was just so suspicious. He does not trust Rick as far as he could throw him. He's like, wow, what's going to happen? And I totally relate to that. When you got someone that's always doing something and always, you just can't trust them, you're always suspicious of their motives. And so that was Morty in that situation. And yeah, he had me dying. He was like, he just does not, he can't with Rick. So, but yeah, that was my thing. Like, what the hell? What pickle? That's what you came up with, Mr. Genius? But we have them. So of course, Beth, when she realized what Rick is up to, she takes the syringe, and then again, series of unfortunate events occurs, and so he ends up in this Russian mafia home after he murders some cockroaches and rats. I'm like, what the hell? That's what I mean. These 2 episodes were really gruesome and just, oh my gosh, it's gross when he's biting off the roach's head and just ripping apart rats to come up with a body to be able to move around. And then he outsmarts the Russian mafia people. I mean, it was just so out there. But, yeah. And then we got Beth, Morty, and Summer going to family therapy, trying to work through their dysfunctional issues. Because I tell you, they are a dysfunctional family. Beth with her daddy issues. And, of course, the therapist, I forget her name. She was hilarious. You know, she was just calling them out. She was reading them like a book when it comes to all their issues. And she said how long they were there, like 15 minutes. And she was able to read them. And, you know, of course, like I said, daddy issues with Beth, and then them talking about how they deal with their emotions in a dysfunctional, unhealthy way and all that good stuff. And of course, you know, it stems from, and of course, you know, Beth's like, shut the hell up. It was hitting too close to home, some of her observations. So yeah, that was funny. Then we got Jaguar and Rick going at it, you know, them trying to murder each other. And then He's like, Jaguar's like, I'll never die. And then Rick's like, yeah, that's your downfall, not being open to new experiences. I'm like, oh my goodness, that is too much. And then Rick telling them about his infinite daughters and, you know, how, oh yeah, I'll just pick another one. And he's like, do I got infinite daughters? He said, nah, dog, no, just me. I'm like, thank God. So that was funny. I mean, they were, again, I think I said it offline, I needed a good laugh. It was a long week. And so these are some crazy, off the wall, just bizarre episodes with Rick. We didn't see Jerry in the second one, so I'm like really surprised. I'm like, oh, they might really be going through with this divorce thing. So we shall see. So on that note, until next time, much love, peace, and Black Girl Magic, Queen of the Couch, Shine.
That was Queen Shy with her thoughts on the episode. So a little bit different take on the visceral. But I also know that you do not like that type of stuff. So understandable that this was a bit much. I wonder if they're going to get a little bit more creative with how they're doing the adventures. But I guess time will tell. As far as the one dude with the head, I forgot about his face. I don't think she cared that. I mean, she was just attracted by the idea of hooking up, being in a relationship, because we only saw her with that one dude that was really weird. So she's like, yeah, you're a man, you seem to know what you're doing. But the minute, I mean, his body, but you also had that, like, you got butter faces, like everything looked good but your face. That's what he had. Because I mean, he just need a mirror. He's like, I can shave it. No, it's fine. No, you need to shave it. And rearrange your face as well. And Rick is a madman. Of course he would turn into a pig because he's just stupid. He's stupid. Comes up with really dumb things. He's excited that he could, as he pointed out. I'm doing it because I can do it. There's no other logic needed behind it. But I like hearing your thoughts on the episode, and I agree. I think this could lead definitely to Jerry coming back into the picture, as he should, because I have a feeling things are going to go downhill fairly quickly, and I am wondering how they're going to continue to incorporate this actor into the series. So that concludes our podcast, guys. If you want to send feedback for our next episode, blackgirlcouch@gmail.com. You can leave a comment below on this podcast. My social media will be there as well. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until the next time, peace, hair grease, and Black Girl Magic.